What's happening in California right now is certainly unprecedented in modern history. In my career, I've never seen anything like it. These fires are spreading at rates that I have never experienced in my life.
CBS News meteorologist Jeff Berardelli says the wildfires we're seeing in the American West are part of a troubling trend.
There's new research that shows that the number of extreme fire weather days during the fall in California has doubled since the 1980s. Since the 1970s, we've had 5 times the amount of burned area in California. Fire season is 2 to 3 months longer than it was back in the 1970s. I can list off a million stats like this, but everything is pointing in the same direction, which is a long-term increase in the intensity of these fires. Not necessarily more fires, but more intense fires, more out of control fires, larger fires that burn more acreage and kill more people.
And it's not some accident of nature that's making the fire seasons worse.
There are a lot of factors that contribute to wildfires in the West. But increasingly, climate change is becoming a bigger and bigger part of that. The climate is warming. It's been warming by at least a couple to a few degrees over the past several decades in the West. And when you warm the atmosphere up, even though it only is a couple to a few degrees, it really, over the long term, dries everything out. It increases the amount of evaporation. And so now you have a moisture deficit. Not only in the atmosphere, you also have a moisture deficit on the ground. So over the course of time, climate change makes all this vegetation really tender and makes it like a tinderbox. And so when you have ignitions, whether it be lightning, which we had, in the middle of August, or people who just drop cigarettes, whatever it be, the ground is primed and ready to just explode. And that's what we have been seeing for the past month, and especially the past couple of days in California, and now all the way up through the Northwest in Washington and Oregon, where they are seeing unprecedented fires.
And the stakes will only get higher.
We have to take action to stop this, because at this point, to be honest with you, parts of California are becoming uninhabitable. How can people stay in California when a couple of times a year they're being forced to evacuate? How can they stay when their life is in danger? How can they stay when they can't get insurance on their homes? People are being driven out of California by climate change already, and it's only 2020, and it's only going to get worse. Think of it this way. This is going to be one of the best years in our future. The future is worse for us.
There is something that people can do to help.
We have to stop emitting fossil fuel carbon dioxide. We have to stop burning fossil fuels. It is really just that simple. There's not much else we can do. We have to stop warming the climate. It is the only way to combat climate change. But right now, the best effort that we can make is to transition our fuel supply over to renewable energy. It is the only fail-safe against climate change.
If we don't, we can expect to see more intense fires for years to come. This is Inside Edition Digital.